Howdy, friends. Welcome to What It Takes, a mini-series where I ask the same question to elite coaches, and they talk about what it takes to become an elite coach. I'm your host, Kevin Shaw, and today we are talking with 7-star diamond and 3-time elite coach, Audrey Robles. Audrey, welcome to What It Takes.
Hi, so happy to be here.
Perfect. Audrey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a mom of 2 little boys. I'm a wife. I still actually work for my family business. We own a couple of supermarkets and I run the financials, but because of Beachbody, I've been able to scale it back to just like 20 hours a week because coaching is really what I love to do.
Very cool. I love the grocery business. Okay, Audrey, let's dive into these questions. Number 1, how were you introduced to Beachbody?
So after I had my second son, I felt kind of squishy and it was about around September and I'm from New York. So it started to get a little cold and I posted on Facebook that I was about to join the gym, but Malamars, which are my favorite cookie, were back in season. And then my coach saw that, inboxed me and invited me to join a challenge group. So that's how I got started.
That is awesome. That is hilarious. I apologize. I laughed at squishy, but that's a funny word to me. Okay. Question number 2. Can you describe what those early days look like? Now that you're a coach, what would those early days look like?
It was such a grind. It was such a grind because what happened was that when I started, my husband and I were living paycheck to paycheck. So my challenge pack went on my credit card. It was something that I decided I had to do for myself. So I put it on the credit card, even though we couldn't afford it. When my Shakeology was about to ship again, I asked my coach about the discount. I signed up for the discount. And that same week, my husband lost his job. And I was already hearing about this woman named Saudi Almonte. Saudi's my upline, who quit her job to do this full time. And I was like, wait a second. So if God put this in my path, maybe if I focused, I can make it work. So I did. And basically I would get up 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And on my way to work, it was personal development in the car. I would work and I would send messages during my lunch break, come home. That's when I would answer calls on my commute home, talking to prospects. I would press play as soon as I walked into the door, spend time with my family, put the kids to bed. And since my boys were little, they wanted me to stay in bed with them. So I would set an alarm clock on my phone for 9 p.m. because I'd end up falling asleep on the bed with them. At 9 p.m., I would wake up, I would go to my computer and get to work on my Beachbody business till about midnight, and then get up again to do it the next day. Same thing every day.
Wow. Talk about, well, the thing is what I loved about that is it wasn't just like this thing that just fell into your lap and you just, all this income and coaches came. Like you really had to make it happen.
Yeah. Yep.
That is so cool. All right. So what do you feel are some attributes or habits you have that contribute to your success?
I am consistent. And that's something that I love to tell my team because I don't want them to ever look at me and think like, oh, but look at how many followers you are. Look how good you are at your social media. I had to learn that. Like if you scroll way back at when I started, there's some pretty bad stuff back there. But I'm just always so focused on improving. I always say to myself, like I set a bar for myself. And every day I have to do better than I did the previous day. And that takes consistency. I can't give up because I've had a bad day. I just had 2 Success Club points taken away from me, but I know that if I keep going with my 4 vital behaviors, everything falls into place. So it's that consistency that's going to set you apart.
And it sounds like you hold yourself accountable pretty well too.
Yes.
Is that a hard thing to do?
I think it all goes back to your why. If you know what you really want and then you're definitely in this business to make it happen and make it happen for your family and your teammates, you don't have a choice. You have to show up every day.
Powerful stuff. All right. So, Audrey, what advice do you have for a brand new coach who doesn't know where to start? What can they start doing today to achieve long-term success?
Easy. Make sure that you're plugging in to everything. National wake-up calls, these calls, there's so many resources, like things like this weren't available when I signed up. And it was one of the things that I didn't want to do in the beginning because I felt like, come on, I have so much on my plate. I really have to, call into the team call, like that's another thing I have to do. But I know for a fact that my business would have been so much further ahead if I would have done that from the start because I saw those as things that I could negotiate and get away with. But it wasn't until I saw my income growing a little bit that I was like, maybe I should plug in. But that's vital because it's being connected. It's receiving information. It's getting the vibe and the energy from the rest of the team. And that's so important to keep you going.
Yeah. What I love about that is, we can only, we think we're smart. We think we're knowledgeable. And at some point we exhaust every part of what we know. And so at some point you're going to have to learn new things. This business is brand new for a lot of people. They have no idea what network marketing is. They kind of know what the shakes, kind of know what the workouts are, but they don't know how to talk to people about it. This is where.
And all it takes to be successful in this business is to allow yourself to grow through everything. Plug into everything and absorb it all, because that's going to make you better over time.
Put that on a t-shirt right there. That's exactly what you need to do. That is awesome. All right. So what about the coach who is struggling or is thinking about giving up? What advice do you have for them?
Go back to your why. I mean, it sounds cliche. It really does, because I think every coach has probably said the same thing. But that's really the basis of it. You have to ask yourself, like, the life that I'm living right now, am I willing to be this way for the rest of my life? Because unless you change, it's not that things are going to stay the same. It's that they're going to get worse. And then you're going to reach a point in your life one day that you're going to say, like, I totally missed that window. I didn't take advantage of what I had in front of me. And I've seen it happen too to coaches that have quit and then regret that. You have today. So dig deep into what your why is and just be coachable. If the 4 vital behaviors are what it's going to take to grow your business, don't complain about it. Just do it. Just do it, because I can guarantee that it might take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, or a couple of months, but you're going to see that everything is going to start rolling and your life is going to get better. But you cannot allow yourself to quit on yourself.
Yes. Love that. It is hard. I don't think anybody has said that this is easy. It's going to come, and it's not going to come as fast as you want it, but because you have that why behind you, just like you said, you'll keep plugging along.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. All right. What is the best advice you've received regarding your business?
Oh, that's easy. When I started, we had a corporate mentor back then named Nathan Farnsworth. And I was lucky enough, I was a diamond coach. So I got a one-on-one with him when he came to New York. And I was really frustrated because I felt like I had this clear vision of where I wanted my business to go. And I saw so much potential in my coaches, but they weren't seeing it. They weren't plugging in. They weren't doing the personal development. And I was really frustrated. And then he told me, he's like, you need to just let that go. You need to keep doing you. And if they follow you, they follow you. If they don't, that's okay. Because if you keep going, you're going to find people that are going to want to go at your pace and see your vision. And I just felt like when he said those words to me, a weight was lifted off my shoulders and I just let go. Like, we forget that we're in a voluntary business. People that want to follow us, that's who we need to put our energy to. Like, so many coaches spend so much time trying to push people that don't really want it. If you see someone that's not plugging in, not answering your messages, let them be. Let them be and focus on yourself and growing your business.
This is powerful stuff. I am loving this call. All right, on to the speed round. Audrey, this is where I ask you rapid fire questions, just looking for some short answers.
Okay.
On average, how much time do you spend working your business each day?
Including all 4 vital behaviors, I'd say about 4 hours.
Love that. What's your average SC each month?
15 to 20 points.
What percentage of time do you focus on your own business versus your team?
I would say 80% of my time is on me and growing new relationships and just planning out social media posts and things like that. And then 20%, I've learned to really delegate to my team. Good. And I have some great leaders. So being that that's a collaborative effort, it's definitely helped so that I can focus more on myself.
Ooh, throwing advice beyond the advice section. I like that. And what leadership ladder rung are you at right now?
Organizational leader.
Ooh, look out. All right, folks, it is time for questions from a hat. Audrey has no idea what questions coming her way.
I'm nervous.
Here it is. Oh, this is a good one. It's easy. What's your favorite vacation spot?
Well, I'm Dominican, and we all got back from Punta Cana, so I have to say DR.
DR. Hey, minus the rain, right? I mean, that's the great vacation
Oh,
spot.
yeah. Anywhere tropical. Beach, palm trees, I'm good.
Good. Easy answer, easy question. Guys, what a great call. I hope you took notes. I hope you really take time to understand what Audrey was trying to tell you with consistency, with getting back to your why, with these, she said it's easy. It comes down to, as long as you're committed, you're willing to do this, you're in this for the right reason, take time out of the equation, and you will be successful. You'll have a great time. Audrey, this was a wonderful call. Thank you so much for joining us on What It Takes.
For having me. It was a pleasure.